Whether you're building a house or building a garage, you are going to be wrong sometimes. And this is an area where I was wrong. I was trying to do DIY garage lighting and it did not work out the way I expected it to. So today we're going to take these LED strips down, at least one of them, and we're going to mount two fixtures up there, the Vapor Tight 5000K dimmable LED lights. We're going to mount them in place of that and make sure that the pulse width modulation is sufficient enough so we don't get flickering on the camera. Let's get to it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Detached Garage. I have been wrong many times on this garage build, and this is one of the big areas where I was wrong. But we are going to fix it, we are going to take care of it, and we are going to get some high quality LED lighting in this garage area. Now, the wash bay, I've chosen some fixtures. You've probably seen it on a previous episode. I'll link that right up here if you want to go watch that and then come back to this. But we are fixing our problem with our DIY lighting. And the main goal today is to choose which of the two fixtures that I ordered to be the right one for the garage to make sure we can keep filming videos and make sure there's not a lot of flickering in the background, depending on the pulse width modulation of the dimming of those fixtures. If the refresh rate of the pulse width modulation isn't fast enough, then that's where you get that flickering. So whether you're filming LED car taillights or LED lights in your garage, you'll get that flickering or the wave effect kind of coming through. So the plan for today is to take this middle strip down and put up both of the fixtures, wire them up, and get some stuff on film for if we're gonna have that problem or not. So I'm gonna use the camera, which I'm filming on right now, which is my iPhone 15 Pro. I'm also gonna use the 4K camcorder that I have down in the basement in the studio area, and we're gonna just make sure everything works great. So the first step of getting to this lighting is to get this down, so let's get to that, and then we will get to installing the first of these two fixtures for this wash bay area in the garage for Vapor Tight dimmable 5000K LEDs. All right, guys, so we have the middle strip down. We were gonna alternate, so we are gonna do LED blank, LED blank, LED. And with these larger fixtures, we're actually going to only do 6 fixtures. So we're gonna start over here where you can still see some LEDs. But for the middle fixture to test the lighting, we're just gonna do the middle one on this side over here. So this light is kind of in the way a little bit, but we'll figure it out. We've got the LED strip pulled down, and we've got these fixtures pulled down, or the brackets pulled down as well. And speaking of brackets, the big difference between these two lights is how many brackets they have and color selectable. So each one of these, and you can kind of see this has a bit more of like a frosted look to it than this has much more of a gloss look to it. There is a film still on the outside of this one, but this one is very much frosted and injection molded. So the other thing is the amount of clips. So this one here, the one closest to us, is the one with 4 separate clips. So you've got clips here, 2 in the center, and then 1 on the end over here. This other one, you only have 3 clips. So you've got a clip section here, clip section in the center, and then a clip section on the end there. And these clips, which I will show you here, and we don't need those since we're not hanging it, but these clips basically go on right here, and you drill these up into the rafter, and then the clips basically go right here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a template out of cardboard, and hopefully what we can do is we will be able to measure these side by side and put the clips in a spot where they will work for both. Let's get to making some templates and also measuring whether these clips are gonna work for both fixtures. All right, guys, so we have both lights side by side here, and unfortunately, I don't believe we're gonna be able to use the same clips to mount them for both lights. So if you can see here, this width is about 1.7 on the color selectable dimmable one, and on the standard 5000K just dimmable, we're up a little bit over 2 inches here. And so these clips right here are for the 1.7 one. All right, so taking the cover off and removing kind of the LED strips as well, we have the bag of fasteners in here for what we need. So we will take that out. We've also got our power supply here. And so taking a look at this, we've got, oh nice, we've got our clips here that I think we can just push down and push our wires into over here. So neutral, ground, and live. And then the dimmable, I believe that would be over here on this side. And these are selectable, as color selectable as well, even though they didn't say it. So you've got your 3K, your 4K, your 5K, your amp meter there, and then you've got your dimmable pieces as well. So you've got your voltage out and your dimming in, which connect into this area here. So let's get this hooked up and we will take a look, see how it works. All right, guys, so the first one is up. This is the 4 position. So we've got it basically right by the power supply over here. So we're gonna be coming out of this box and into the unit for our testing. And then I'll take you up top here and kind of show you where we're at. So we've definitely got a little bit of room in between the peak and where the other light would go. So we're hanging by 2 up here and over here. And so what really I think, and sorry for the camera angle, but I will come up here, is there is a little space between the actual light itself and where it is. So what we're gonna wanna do is make sure at least one of the 4 is up here. But let's take this light down and make sure the 3 position can clip into these clip locations as well. And then we will make sure that there's no flickering with this light. All right, guys, so we're wiring up the first one here, and we've got the box open. It is a bit of a mess, but we have the, we've basically got the white, the black, and the neutral hooked up. We've got our 2 dimming circuits here, red and black, and then we've got everything disconnected from the power supply here from the old lights. So this light has a bunch of hangers here. So basically the LEDs as well as the lens kind of just hang. So we're just hanging out right now. We've got the 3 wires put into the block here. And so I'm gonna go try and turn this on now. We don't have the dimming switch hooked up, but we will see what this does as it is. So let's go over to the light and we will try this out together and make sure there are no sparks. I've got a fire extinguisher right there just in case, but let's give this a shot. So, all right, we've got nothing there for the LEDs, and maybe that is because we don't have the dimming on. So, all right, people, so we've got low voltage, the dimmable switch wired up right now, and we are going to give this a try. We've got the fire extinguisher over there just in case. There was no smoke last time, so I don't think there'll be smoke this time, but we will see. Let's light it up. All right, and we got nothing. Oh, man. All right, well, let's go up here and see what we can see. Oh. So we've got everything going to the correct spot. We've got that going in. Yeah. So let's get the multimeter out and see if we're not getting voltage anywhere. All right, so we've got it working. I don't know if this is going to flicker or not. I don't think it is, but we'll kind of test this right now. What happened was I had it switched to 5000K, and it looks like even with the switch on, which I'll climb up here and switch it for us. So if you can see here, it is in the 3500 or 3K position. And then we switch it to the 4K position, and then we switch it to the 5K position, and it goes out. So I don't know why that is, but the LED boards in there only have 2 strips of LEDs. They're not multicolor like this one is over here. So I'm assuming they just have the same power supply, even though it isn't switchable between the different colors. Because when I switch it, it goes out slightly, and then goes back on, and the colors look basically the same. They're not changing LEDs between the two, or mixing LEDs to change the color on it. So I think we're in the clear here. I did disconnect the dimming switch, and the switch up here basically regulates a little dimmer. So it's really that power supply. So what I'm thinking is this matters for the switch itself for dimming. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to run this back through the grommet here. We'll get it all hooked up to the dimming circuit here. We will put this back up, and then we will take some light measurements of what this is putting out without these on, and then we'll get the light switched to the 3 light here, the color selectable LEDs, and then we will see which one we like better, and we will go from there. All right, guys, so we've got this all buttoned up. Obviously, this is temporary wiring. We will redo this when we can, but everything is hooked up. I've got everything sealed up, so we will unplug the Milwaukee lights up here. So those are going down. This is basically the garage right now with natural light, so we will turn this on, and it is on. And so pretty happy with the color of the light. Again, this is 1 tube. All right, guys, so I'm still trying to figure out the dimming, but I wanted to get the light meter out and just see what one of these guys, is putting out. So we are roughly, let's see, we'll kind of move back and forth here. So 67, 68, 69. We'll kind of turn out of the way here. I saw a 70 in there. So that's foot candles. And then if we go to Lux, we are 700, 730, 740, kind of somewhere in that region there. So 730, we'll just say 730, 750. Hey, 750, pretty consistent. We'll angle this down. Again, this is kind of right at the middle of my chest or the middle of my abdomen where we would have the workbench set up at. So we're just gonna say 740 is about the average over here. All right, guys, so I could not get the dimming working on this one. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna button this back up. We're gonna take the light down, and then we're gonna put the other brand of light up, and we'll try to figure out what's going on with the dimming, if it is this light or if it's the circuit, and we'll try to get this one dimming as well. We'll also take some additional light readings, so let's get to it. All right, guys, so light number 2 is up, and we're doing a little sketchiness here. So I wanted to use the same clips as before, but again, this one is the 1 7/8 versus the 2-inch. So I got some clamps to clamp around the clamp and make sure this holds. So we've got our black and white wire as well as our ground, and then we've got our positive and negative dimming, and we have this set to 5000K. So as you can see, there are 4 strips of LEDs on this one. The other one only had 2 strips, and it didn't change the color when I changed this. So this setting here should be 5000K. And if we flip this over, let's see here. That is set up there, and this is set to 90, I believe, 90 watts, 90 amps, probably 90 watts. 90 amps would be a lot. So let's get this light shut off. Let's fire this one up and see if it works and see if it dims. All right, testing this one. Here we go. And it does work. We've got both sides working. Okay. So I've got the cover off, so we've got one LED strip hanging kind of this way. Let's go up close and see if we can see. All right, so out of the 4, we'll turn this away from us just a little bit. Out of the 4 LED strips, we only have 2 strips that are on. So if and I can barely see it here. There it is. If I flip the color, it will flip the LEDs. So we are all the way on yellow, and it certainly got yellow in here. This is the coldest, so 5000K, and that is the middle, 4000K. So we are gonna go to 5000K, and let's see if this thing dims. All right, so the easiest way to see if this thing dims is to just hit the off button, and it should dim as it goes off. Let's see, dim, 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 dim. It might be dimming. Are we dimming? I think we're getting dimmer. Yes, we're getting much dimmer. So dimming as we go down. Nice. The dimming is absolutely working. I don't know if you can tell on the screen. So that is as low as it goes. And then we will go as high as it goes. Keep the dimming going up. And this is as bright as it goes. So I think this is going to be the one to go with as long as it works well on screen. So let's do a few different frame rates and see how it looks if there's any flashing. All right, so this is 4K 30 on the iPhone. I don't see any flashing. Let's switch to 60 for the frame rate. Okay, 4K 60 and I don't see anything on the phone, but we will check and see. Let's get the camcorder out and see if there's any flickering there. Okay, so this is the camcorder. We are on 4K 30, and I don't see any waves or flickering, so that is probably a good sign. So let's get the light buttoned up, and then we'll take some light readings. All right, so we got the light up. Let's get some light meter readings from this second one here. So turn that on. All right, we are in lux. So let's get the max lux. All right, we've got 610, 618, 628, 640, 700, 720. It's angled a little bit. 719, 730. All right, so we're just going to call it 720. And let's see how many foot candles. 64, 63, 62, 64, 64. Moving this around. Let's go over here. Kind of out of the way of the ladder. Well, the ladder's in the way a little bit, but let's move the ladder. All right, so here's what we got. 56, 57, 50, 60, 62, 67, almost 70. Almost 70. Let's see. All right. So that's where we are. All right. So a little bit dimmer than the other one. We're on 5000K, but it is dimmable, which is the key. And so I think with 4 of these up here, we should be good. I will have links to both of these in the description below. I might play around with this one, extend some wires down from the ceiling to try to get this one to be able to dim. It's a little bit strange why this one's not dimming, so we will work on that. I'll have links in the description to both of these lights, but I think we can go ahead and purchase some more and get this area taken care of. So thank you guys so much for watching Detached Garage. We are still on the DIY light project, and I think we have found a solution. If I can get this other one to dim, we'll go with that light. If not, we'll go with these, and we'll buy a few more of them. But let's put, and the whole reason for that would be the total light output and just the dimmability of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put number 1 on the screen here and number 2 on the screen here, and just give you the numbers of the light measurements and the light readings. And so we'll also, if there's any flickering, I'll show that right now. I don't think there was any flickering with either one of the cameras. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions at all, please put them down in the comments below. I am going to do a different set of lights for the big garage bay. You will see those coming shortly. And yeah, again, if you have any lighting questions, put them down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Detached Garage, and I hope to catch you on the next episode.